Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. You know, when you think about it, everybody has a story. Anything you talk about, there's a story involved in it. You go to Starbucks, you go to get your coffee. There's probably a story involved in that. You know, the line, you talk to somebody, whatever it is. Our animals, our pets, have a story too. We can't hear their story, but we can certainly communicate with them and learn all about what's going on with them in the past and even now. And she helps with that as an animal communicator. And she's back with us. We got a story of a very special animal. And Holly Starr is going to tell us that story. Welcome back. How you doing?
Today, how are you?
Very well. Last couple of times we got together, we heard the story of a wonderful dog that was a rescue, and I do believe we have another one today.
Yes. So I am going to tell everybody about Edward and his progress through healing. And he is with Zeus and Muse Rescue down in Texas currently. He is doing wonderful, and you will see that at the end of his story. So let me go ahead and share my screen.
Sure.
We've got sound on. Okay, let me get rid of that. Can you see?
Totally do. There he is.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to enlarge this a little bit. So this is Edward. This is Edward at the shelter when the rescue met him. So you can see a horrible shape. So the rescue took him in, and within a day or two, they reached out to me and asked me to get in with him. All they said was that he was having walking issues. They did not say front legs, back legs, anything like that. They just said he's having walking issues, and he seems to have these bite marks on his body. Okay, so by the way, Edward is also the very first animal within this rescue that I communicated with for this particular rescue. And so within Edward's story, I also am including some of those reactions. They actually tape recorded themselves watching his first communication session with me. And so I'm going to share some of those reactions today as well, just to show people, you know, this is a learning area. You know, wow. You can absolutely start learning this whenever it happens in your life. And this has been the case for these ladies at the rescue. It's been wonderful. Okay, so here's a clip from Edward's very first communication session with me, where he is kind of locating what is happening with his walking. So it also looks like the same abuse that happened to his head happened to his middle to lower back along his spine. Okay. And that from his spine, it does send pain down the rest of his lower back and down those. It mostly stays, he's saying, up on that lower back and then onto the top of his hips. So the bottom of his legs his back legs get this more numb type of feeling going on. Okay, so he's hitting on those back legs specifically, and specifically talking about that pain being up towards his back, on his hips, and then other sensations, that kind of achy, numb kind of sensation down his legs. Okay, so again, the only thing that I knew about Edward was that he was having issues walking, and just had a picture of him to go off of. And this is Edward at that time, how he would walk, and this shows those issues as he explained in that session. So you can see he's not able to keep his stance. He's not able to keep himself upright in his walking on those hind legs, as he explained. Okay, this thing always wants to pop up here. Okay, there we go. Okay, and so this is on the left is Lucretia, and on the right is Judy. Lucretia is the woman who cares for these dogs for the rescue, and Judy is part of the vet team. Okay, and this is their first reactions to this animal communication session with Edward as he's explaining these things. Go in. Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay, so I'm not sure if you guys use a chiropractor on your team. If he has not seen the chiropractor, this feels like it could be something that the chiropractor could help with.
I wish we would have had you saying that first. This lady on a whole other state, and she got this from his picture. Yes, that's what we were talking about yesterday. That's the first thing he needs to do.
It's not exactly where it should be.
Oh my God, Holly. I didn't tell her that. She had no idea. I didn't say I haven't
on his energy, and it's like things aren't flowing correctly for him at all.
You said that. She's our people. Exactly. I freaking love her. I want to hug her so bad.
I'm going to come back to
This is everything we talked about.
That you guys found. He's pushing. So this is showing, they're talking about, we said all of these things yesterday when he came to the rescue. This is exactly what they're seeing on the physical side. They, within the session, I had mentioned he needs to go see a chiropractor for this as well. And they had been talking about that. They had been talking about other things going on with him. And then the energy was showing me the same exact stuff. So as you can see, when animal communication and energy therapy are done correctly, it is very much a collaboration that can happen with the physical side, with the vet side, all of that.
Now, Holly, you said that this was your first time with this shelter communicating with animals?
With the rescue, yes. Yep.
Wow.
So yes, they didn't know exactly what to expect. They hadn't had a communicator talk to any of their dogs before. So,
wow. How did that feel for you? Was it kind of uncomfortable knowing that they didn't know how the process works? And you got to get it right.
I don't think it was uncomfortable per se because, I've been doing sessions for several years now. And so I just went into it like another session,
okay.
And I did not know that they were going to record it, record their reactions like that. So it's just been wonderful. I've learned, these are very trustworthy people and I am as well. So it's like, it just has been a natural fit for us to work together in the way that we are.
To reset this, when you were communicating with Edward, were you at the shelter or this was long distance?
No, this was distance. So, and that's why these are done as recordings like this. Sure. So I'm in Ohio. The rescue is in Texas.
Gotcha. I wanted to bring that point up just to illustrate that you can do this anywhere. And
absolutely.
It's just when you started getting something from Edward, was he nearby? Did they send you a picture of him? Was it the picture that you showed us?
No, not that picture. They sent me a picture after his haircut, and he just looked like a normal dog.
Okay.
He was clean, everything. So the next point that I knew about going into this session were these possible bite marks on his body. And we wanted to know, what is going on with this? Because the vets at that time thought this was a skin infection, not an attack, not bite marks, but the rescue, Lucretia and Judy, were both thinking, these look more like bite marks to us. So we needed to figure out what was going on there. So this is that clip.
We're talking about the bite marks now. Huh. This actually looks like a coyote could have attacked him, or I don't know what type of coyotes live in Texas, but it's a dog type figure that has that more pointed nose, that, you know, the structure of a coyote or of a wolf, or if it were a domesticated dog, German Shepherd has that kind of figure as well. It was definitely a larger dog type of animal, but it looks like it was only one of them. That was
okay. And now again, that was in that first session. So so they have their reactions to this as well. It looks like a coyote could have.
Oh my God, I thought that. I said, what if it's a coyote? You said that yesterday. Was that yesterday you said that? I don't remember, but I thought, what if it was a coyote?
I live in Texas, but it's a dog type figure that has that more pointed nose,
that's why the teeth are so close together.
The structure of a coyote or of a wolf, or if it were a domesticated dog, German Shepherd.
Oh, or a German Shepherd.
So the thing with the German Shepherd specifically, in Houston, Texas, I came to learn from Lucretia later that they actually have quite a few of those dogs just kind of out on the streets and in colonies and stuff. So this was, so these are his bite marks that I had not seen these pictures prior to that communication. I had only seen a picture that included like his face. So what the vets were able to do was actually, they ended up doing an MRI on that area, and the MRI was able to confirm that it was a large dog breed that created those bites, like a German Shepherd, that type of large dog breed. And now I also want to point out, you see in this video clip, what's on the computer. This is called a Zytoscan. And it's really cool. These guys use this technology to scan every animal that comes into the rescue. And it's able to translate the energetic electrical pulses from the skin and put it into, okay, boom, boom, boom. This is what's going on throughout the body. These are how the organs are functioning. And it even goes into the emotions that are related to those organs. So they were also able to correlate things that Edward was saying within the communication session and see on the Zytoscan, yes, this is that way. This is what that technology is saying. And that technology has been FDA approved. It's been tested, all of those things. It's really cool technology. One of the big things with this was Edward kept complaining about a head injury that he has sustained a while back, and it was causing trauma, it was causing issues. What they found was his C1 vertebrae, the one that is like neck to head right there. That one was completely out. He had no energetic flow in that. And that is going to correlate with that head injury that he was talking about.
Wow. So questions here.
Yes.
When we were talking about the bite marks, you were feeling that it could be a coyote. Was he telling you that? And if he wasn't, why didn't he just come out and say, hey, I think I got bitten by a coyote. It wasn't a dog.
Yes. So, no, I do not know specifically, was it a coyote? Was it a German Shepherd? What he was showing was the attack. So all I could see was fast-paced movement, large dog with that snout, with those ears coming at me. Okay. So no, it will never be completely known.
Wow.
What type, but it gave us enough info to be able to treat him properly.
That's just crazy. that you were
Yeah.
seeing it. Were you feeling it, the attack?
Yes. So in that session as well, he talked about just how scared he was even thinking about the attack. And I remember feeling that just all in my throat and my chest, just feeling scared and vulnerable.
So it was moving so fast that you're assuming it's a wild animal, but you can't actually see it. You're just feeling the presence of the attack as he sent it to you.
Yeah.
Amazing. Wow.
Yes.
And their reaction, did they feel that it could have been a coyote? They were thinking that already?
Yeah, they had been wondering if it was a coyote as well prior to the session. After the session, it brought up the possibility of those German Shepherd groups as well. Yeah.
Wow. What was he telling you in terms of his mindset? Aside, from some debilitating pain and other physical challenges, how was he doing?
Yeah.
How was he feeling in the beginning?
He needed trauma releases. He was very scared. He had low self-confidence, all of those things. And so he also talked. So this clip here really shows him starting to build his trust in Lucretia. It was basically his messages were, I love lightheartedness. I love, he even talked about, being interested in helping with the puppies as they got older. Not currently, they were too young at that point, but when they got older, he wanted to help and all of those things. So this is him starting to build that trust in Lucretia. You can just see it in his eyes as he looks at her, as he's taking stuff in. Now he also went through these nighttime
So to put that
kind
together,
of terrors.
At nighttime, it feels like he is re-experiencing the abuse that he went through and the emotions and physical trauma that goes with that. And it's starting with that head injury and that pain. His physical body is responding to that trauma and it's shooting pain down his back. And then it's
Okay. So I'm going to get through these. I know we are low on time here. And this is him at night. He was having all this pain, all this trauma come up at night. And this is what Lucretia would have to do with him during that time period. Okay. So
there are these physical abuses that happened with his head and then his back and that lower to mid back area that we've talked about before. And that's all being connected here. That it's like the healing from those wasn't allowed to make a full recovery because of not being able to move around properly and all of that stuff. Okay, so emotionally, how did you feel during that time? Scared, on alert. He says he would do circles. He would try to do circles, and that was out of a state of pent up energy, confusion. There was this feeling that I don't know what that is. It's like this manic type of feeling. Like I need to spin and spin and spin and to get rid of this feeling that he has in his brain, this mania type of feeling. He says it's from the being scared. He said it's a control. Okay. The spinning gave him something that he could control. He could control the spin.
Okay, so that gets more at, what was happening emotionally with him. And so just to start wrapping up, I know we're low on time here. We went through many, many holistic treatments with him. So he had about 5 different communication sessions with me. That included a trauma release energy therapy session. He did a lot of essential oils with Judy. She did trauma release with the oils as well. He went to a chiropractor. He did end up having surgery because on top of these things with his head and trauma and his back, he also had a hernia that happened from that dog attacking him. And his prostate was enlarged. So he had surgery and went through all of that emotional healing with us. And after a couple of months, he really started to show what he had been talking about. I love the lightheartedness. I'm interested in the puppies, all of this stuff. And this is Edward now. This is how he is all the time, getting into stuff. Okay, this is how he runs now. So if you notice, he is at the lead. Everybody is chasing him around. He is the little mischief maker at the rescue. He's so excited to move and live life. And these are the puppies. This is him, darker brown on top with that little puppy underneath him.
And that puppy is?
Who is the puppy?
Yeah,
I would have to look.
That's not his puppy.
No, that is not his puppy. No.
Gotcha. Yeah.
These are puppies that were at the rescue. Yes.
Wow.
So you can just see he just loves them and loves life, and has just gone through this whole healing process. It's so cool to see him come out on the end, and he's up for adoption now. He's looking for his forever home.
You would never know it's the same dog.
No. Nope.
Unbelievable. And they wouldn't have known without this communication, or it may have taken way longer. They probably would have missed something. I have no words, Holly. That's rare. This is, you just want to cry looking at him.
I know.
You feel so great for him that, he's got his life back.
Yes. Wow. And this is what rescue is all about. This is what energy therapy, communication, all the holistic modalities out there. It's about healing, and it's about taking that broken Edward with the long matted gross hair and all the pain and all that emotional trauma and scared feelings, and taking him day at a time. Day at a time. This was not overnight by any means. And going through that healing process with him and letting him express how he feels and how he wants to feel.
Well, interestingly,
and get him to that point.
All of us humans have the same stuff to heal from. Some of it physical, a lot of it emotional, traumas from our past. We all do. The difference is we can communicate some of it. However, we can't communicate all of it because sometimes we don't remember from our childhood. And again, I'm not talking about major traumas, although you may have buried them, you may have forgot about them, but the little things that have popped up that limit you in life. And, instead of a communicator, there's hypnotherapy and things like that, many modalities. Yeah. But I never realized, the traumas that our animals hold on to.
Yes. It's all energy. We're animals, humans, we're all energy. So it's all about shaking that energy up, balancing it out, expressing our emotions, releasing and healing.
And that's where you're radically different. Communicating is great. There's other people that do that, but you also harness the power of energy and how it needs to be manipulated to help our pets heal.
Yes.
Somebody wants to get answers, communicate with their animal. How do they find you, Holly?
My website is hollyjoystarr with 2 R's.com. And on Facebook, you can find me, Holly Starr, Animal Communicator. Thank you for sharing today's story. Heartwarming. And I it's a cliche kind of word, but there's no better word that fits. It's just, I could watch forever. It's just wonderful. Grabs at your heart. He just does that. Yeah. And yes. Talk about energy, man. He's got something going on there where he's just, kind of draws you in. Look at me. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. All right. We'll catch up soon. Thanks again. Okay. Talk to you later. Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Of course my kid's in the right car seat. Well, I think he is.
Yeah, my kid's in a booster seat. He was ready to move up. He is ready, right?
Her car seat looks like the right size.
There are probably rules on when to move up to a booster seat, aren't there?
Rear facing, forward facing. I think I have it right.
car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Are your children in the right car seat for their age and size? Don't think you know you know. Go to safercar.gov/the right seat.
I know my child's in the right car seat, or else I wouldn't get in the driver's seat.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.